Fans were leaving during Brandy and Monica's headlining set for the Essence Music Festival, you guys, and we gotta get into it, y'all. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Brandy and Monica. They headlined the Essence Music Festival this year, you know what I'm saying? And apparently there are some people who are upset. There are some people who have walked out. There are some people who had some complaints and all of this and all of that. And before I did this video, I was like, let me take a gander. Let me watch. Let me see who got the stream, who got the link, so I can watch and assess everything for myself, right? So I want to shout out Zone Master because they pretty much have the stream of the nearly 2-hour show, right? And we're going to get to a couple of clips in a little while of what Brandy said about the people leaving. But from what I saw, what I observed in the nearly 2-hour set of Brandy and Monica is this is a completely different show than what Brandy and Monica put together for their North American tour, right? So instead of closing the set with The Boy Is Mine, they started the set with The Boy Is Mine, and then it kind of felt like they were doing a little bit of a verses back and forth, like you do one song, I do one song, that sort of thing. And then eventually, once they started getting into more costume changes, and is when they started to do like bulk sets of 3 to 4 songs or however many at a time, right? So I saw a few things. I saw Brandy perform in the middle of one of her performances, More Than a Woman by Aaliyah. In her song, What About, I saw her incorporate Michael Jackson's What About Us. I can tell that Frank Gaskin, because I'm assuming that's who was the creative director behind this, there is way more visuals, a lot more transitions. I could definitely see the Michael Jackson influence, especially in Brandy's set with just the costumes, the suits, and the display. And it seems like there was a focus more on the choreography and everything. Like really trying to make it like a set design, an art set, and all of the things, right? And also, what also happened, Brandy had brought out In Vogue. So I thought that was cool. Also, she did a Whitney tribute as well. She did a couple songs. Now, on the tour with Monica, they did it together, but this time she did it by herself. So she did How Will I Know and Dance with Somebody. So she had these blonde braids for most of the show until she switched gears, and then I realized this wig might have been reminiscent of when Whitney Houston back in the late 80s and all the things. So we have that going on, right? And then also I saw from Brandy, I'm trying to think what else. Oh, for I Want to Be Down remix, she brought out MC Light and Yo-Yo. So I thought that was pretty cool. Monica did a Mary J. Blige tribute in which she performed Real Love and Everything. She also brought her daughter out. She also had a sing-along portion with Young Miami's song Spin That. Also, there were a couple of people doing sign language and everything else. I thought that was pretty cool. And so what happened that I noticed, I think around like about 28 minutes in or so and about an hour in or so, people were leaving, right? And Brandy had made a couple of comments and things like that, like I said, that we're going to get to in a minute. But some of the fan complaints, apparently, according to the people that were there, they felt there was a local performer that got added. They also said that adding in, I don't know if when they added in Babyface and Patti LaBelle, I don't know if it was last minute or if they were on the original bill, but basically between Babyface, Patti LaBelle, and then whoever the local artist was, they said that Brandy and Monica actually started 40 minutes later than what they were supposed to. Because I think originally they were supposed to allegedly start at 11:30, and they didn't come out till sometime after midnight. So they were out for like 2 hours to like 2 in the morning performing. And so a lot of the people were like, listen, look here, a lot of us are 40 plus, are 50 plus. We can't be out here in these streets, you know what I'm saying, at 1 or 2 in the morning. So they said that, they appreciate the professionalism of Monica and Brandy and everything else. But basically, they felt that, there was some concerns about how late it was. They said that some of the sound difficulties was going in and out. Some people were complaining about some of the lip syncing that was taking place. It sounded like some of the lip syncing probably was during some of the up tempo cuts, but it sounded like when it came to the ballads that both Brandy and Monica were singing full on. And also they said that they had issues with some of the visuals that Brandy and Monica were doing, because I guess some were turning off or some were displaying incorrectly. Like I guess, for instance, there was visuals for Monica when it was supposed to be for Brandy's set and things like that. And some transition music and videos and things like that were supposed to have sound but actually were muted. They also complained because I think on this particular set, Brandy and Monica performed a few more B-side tracks or did, like I said, additional tributes, like the Mary J. Blige tribute, Bringing Out in Vogue, things like that, the Aaliyah tribute, and different things. And I think they just wanted to hear Brandy and Monica's hits. But I think this set list was intentional because I think Brandy and Monica are trying to showcase either a potential Vegas residency or a potential international tour. I feel like this set was bigger than Essence Fest in terms of, I think, what the bigger play is, what the bigger plan is, or perhaps maybe to get a special on like, HBO or Netflix or something along those lines. And I think this Essence Festival set was kind of like a demo, was kind of like a preview for you to kind of see them build on the success of their North American tour, right? Now, here's the thing. I feel like ultimately it depends on, I've never been to Essence Fest, but I always am aware that whoever the headliners are for Essence Fest, you know what I'm saying, Saturday night, Sunday night, Friday night, whatever the case may be, they start late. That they start late, like around 11:30 midnight. Because I remember one year I'd stayed up late for Janet Jackson, and what happened was I forgot who was before her that year, but ultimately it just depends on timing and if they incorporate other stuff or whatever the case may be. It could be a very late set before you get to see like whoever the headliner is. So I wanted to get into a couple of commentary from Brandy about people leaving, and this was at both like I think the 28-minute mark as well as like an hour mark, and mind you they were out for 2 hours, where Brandy made comments about the people leaving and are you still here with us, and then I was just going to give a quick little reaction.
You guys having a good time? It doesn't sound like it. Are you having a good time?
Even legends begin as a longing.
I'm so glad. What you're witnessing is a dream. Mind you. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I know it's late, but don't leave, okay? I don't know where everybody went, but shit, I'm still here.
Aw, Brandy. Aw. And Brandy is a perfectionist, right? She's absolutely a perfectionist, and I feel bad that this happened. I don't think it was an issue of people leaving because they didn't like the set or they didn't like, what Brandy and Monica were doing. I think it sounds like people were tired. It is what it sounds like to me. It sounds like people might have felt a way that the show didn't start on time and might have just been tired, might have just been worn out, or whatever the case may be, and decided to book it. But it sounds like those were two separate clips. Like I said, one was taken at like the half hour mark, like the 28-minute mark, and I think the other one was taken like at the hour mark where Brandy made those comments. So I feel bad, but this happens, right? This happens. I don't feel it was a situation where the fans were disappointed with the actual set. I know there's been a few comments that have been rolling around that they were not happy with all the tributes and the sound issues and different things. I just think it had to do with the timing, that if they really did start almost an hour late and you're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting around, and then you're tired, right? Because let's keep it a buck. Like, the demographic for Brandy and Monica, for the most part, is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, middle-aged adults, right? Yeah, yes, those of you who have kids and things like that, you know, you might have introduced your kids and things like that to Brandy and Monica and all this and all that, but this is not gonna be, you know what I'm saying, a young crowd that is going to be standing around waiting, you know, for an hour and things like that for somebody to show up, right? It feels like they feel like they got Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they got Lauryn Hill, where Lauryn Hill told us, but Lauryn Hill's a different wavelength as well, because you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a 40-minute wait. It might be a 2-hour wait. No shade. It might be a 2-hour wait for Lauryn Hill, but I feel bad because you can tell that it got to Brandy, because there would be no reason for her to mention it if she did not notice that there was significant amounts of people that were no longer there compared to when the show began. And then you are making commentary and two different, you know, costume changes that you had about the fact that there are less people, you really can't hear anybody. You know, are these people really enjoying themselves? It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't seem like it. All the things. I get it. It is hard. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of practice. There's a lot of moving parts that it takes to put together a show like this. You know what I'm saying? When you're a headliner, there is a lot that comes with that, with the set, with the choreography, with the creative direction, with the transitions, especially when you have two people headlining one set. You know what I mean? So I totally understand it. I just think the issue was the timing. I think the issue, it was too late for some of these people. It was too late for some of these people, and if they had to wait nearly an hour before it got started. Now, I don't know if that's an Essence Festival issue, if the real problem was the additional people that got added that pushed back Brandy and Monica. I don't know if it was a technical issue that caused everything to be late, but ultimately, it sounded like people were not trying to stick around until 2 in the morning when it was all said and done. So, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that the fans are overreacting that decided to leave early, or do you feel that they were justified if the show did not start on time, did not start right at 11:30 or whatever the case may be, and started sometime after midnight? That, you know, as time went on, they were tired, they were sleepy, they might have been exhausted from the day, and it's that, listen, look at here, I can't be standing out here till 1, 2 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? That's past my curfew, right? Could it have been that maybe this was some people's first time attending Essence Festival that were complaining about, you know, the time? Because I thought it was known that these headliners start late at Essence. I don't know. Y'all have to let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do me the biggest favor and do not forget to hype the video. Hype the video, please. There's that. That is it. That is all. It's todos es final. It's finito. It's the end rose in the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.